Sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and could even keep you from the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS. "90 days ago, second week in June. What was I thinking about? Probably, holy shit. I'm on my way back from fishing in Maine, the annual trip that me and three of my dearest friends take way up to the Maine backwoods to go trout fishing. It's the 20th year. It's a fantastic trip. We caught a lot of fish. We had a great time. And it's one of my favorite things. It's one of the things that defines my year. And some would say sometimes is a part of the definition of my life, what we do up there. And coming home is always crap because it's hot and sticky here in Columbia, South Carolina. And it's, digging back into work. And y'all know when you go on vacation, it's freaking hard, right? The week before you go, everything's going bananas. And then you go on the trip and you come back. And anyway, it's hard, right? And we're getting back in with the family and drying out because I drank too much and all those kind of things. And then I was getting ready to go to the beach in a couple of weeks. So how in the hell do you work for that 2 or 3 weeks in June and then go to the beach for a week and turn it all off and then turn it back on in July and go again? And prospecting was hard and I had to push off meetings and that kind of stuff. And so it was hard to move forward. I was also beginning to look at new marketing companies. And what was important then was, how do I get out of the situation I'm currently in? How do I make that better? I know that's not going to happen quickly. And that's what I was focused on. And I was 25 pounds overweight, but it's just kind of given into the fact that I'm just 25 pounds overweight, and that's what it is. And then let's look at today, roughly 90 days later. Weather is miraculously starting to get a little bit cooler. It's getting a little easier to breathe around here. I've had a lot of new business that, because of months and years of prospecting, is coming to me, right? Because more people listen to podcasts and more people are following me on LinkedIn, and more of my clients are able to refer me to better clients like themselves. And I'm thinking about, my God, and it seems even stupid, but deer season really starts for us in a couple of days, and it's getting cool enough that I can actually get in a deer stand, or almost. And I'm looking at I've hired a new podcast production company. I've hired a new marketing company. We're getting ready to roll a whole bunch of stuff out. I got all kinds of cool projects. I'm working on a long-term project that I'm about a little more than halfway done on. It's exciting. I'm going to be finished by the end of the year. I can't wait to share more about it with you guys when it gets to be closer to the right time. But I'm excited and having momentum and ready to go. Whereas before in June, I was kind of caught, felt like I was kind of caught in slow motion in the humidity and the stupidity and just in a mud hole. But now it's exciting and I'm moving forward. So I tell you all that. Think back to what mattered to you in, second or third week in June. What were you focused on? What was important? What was bothering you? What was driving you crazy? And now, today, what does that look like? What's changed? Here's my theory, my belief, and I can prove it out through myself. Let's tell me if you can do the same. That your prospect's world, your world changes every 90 days. The shit that you care about now is not, we still have our values, right? We still care about our families. We still care about that kind of stuff. But the things that are bothering us, the things that are important, the things that are important to fix, they're different now than they were 90 days ago. Maybe you weren't worried about your job and now you hate your job. Maybe you have a new job in the last 90 days. Maybe all of a sudden you've just closed a couple of new prospects too and you're like, shit, this is great. I can stay here. I love this. Or maybe you just had a bunch of bad stuff happen. Your boss has been a dick, whatever. And you're like, I gotta get out of here. Things you weren't worried about 90 days ago. Somebody said that, and I don't know if this is true or not, people lie to me all the time, but as human beings, we work around the cycles of the year, with winter, spring, summer, fall, right? We are animals, we are creatures. And so we are impacted in a quarterly sense, right? We're impacted on a quarterly basis by how the weather is, what's really going on. We feel the rhythms of life, and they ebb and flow. So why am I telling you all this? Because your prospects are exactly the same. The people that you talked to 90 days ago, 6 months ago, those people that had no interest in what you're doing, Hell no, we're fine. Everything's great. I don't have a problem in the world. No need. I love that guy. No, we'd never switch. You know what some of them are thinking right now? Holy shit. I got to fix that. Holy shit. This guy sucks. They've really let us down. They busted us for the last time. I'm tired of this shit. This is the guy. This is the lady. This is the guy. This is the woman that you called 90 days ago. And you said, man, screw her. She's a bitch. To hell with him. He's a jerk. He never called me back. And you know what? Right now, they're probably one of them. Somebody you talked to 90 days ago is scratching their head going, man, I cannot figure out what to do about this X problem that you talked to them about 3 months ago, and they don't remember you. I know you're very memorable. You remember you every single day, but guess what? You're not the most important person in most people's lives. It is our job to keep up with people, to reach out to people, even though they said hell no 90 days ago, or it wasn't the right fit 90 days ago. Now could be the right fit. Here's what I'll tell you, right? Play the long game. When is it over? It's never over. Now, there are people you may never want to do business with. That's a different thing. But if somebody is your ideal prospect and they told you no 90 days ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, no is not forever. No is a current decision, just like yes is a current decision. The opposite side of this is time kills deals, right? The longer you screw around with something, the longer it takes to close something, the less likely it is to close, because time kills deals and people change. Their priorities change. Different things pop up. When you call somebody back, say, hey, it's my job to keep up with people like you. I know 90 days ago, there was nothing there. You're perfectly happy. My guess is you're still perfectly happy. Probably no reason you'd want to talk to me now, but it's my job to keep up with you. Use those words. It's my job to keep up with people like you. Make sure you're getting the service you need. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. If you or your team wants help, you're looking for some good training, not some bullshit, rah-rah, cheesy stuff, call me, 803-917-2817. Let's talk and see if it makes sense to do something now. If it does, great. If it doesn't, hey, you know what? I'll be here in 90 days and 6 months and a year, and I hope a decade from now. Thanks for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast. If you're struggling to close deals, then I want to invite you to take my free mini course, where you'll learn the 7 most expensive sales mistakes that will cost you time, money, and credibility. So be sure to click the link in the show notes or go to www.7salesmistakes.com. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast.